in for the Chicago police, but once again, he was not prosecuted due to the lack of evidence. So, I mean, that just tells you that right there. I mean, my God, he gets away twice. But in May 1927, the Supreme Court ruled that bootlegging had to pay a tax on illegal bootlegging, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because it's illegal anyways. But, but they say that you had to pay income tax on bootlegging. So, with this act, they were basically like, we can go after Al Capone now. But what Al Capone did, he went with his wife to Miami, uh, and he had bought an island called Palm Island Estate, and he spent a bunch of money renovating it, like a bunch of money. Like I'm talking like $300,000 renovating, and that's in the 1920s. So, a lot of money now. And every transaction Capone did was through cash based, so it's hard to track through tax income. You know what I mean? Like tax evasion. Um, but the only thing that he really did on a big note was the Palm Island, was the island that he bought, that he was renovating. He couldn't use cash for that.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy named, what the fuck was his name? Oh, Elmer Elmer Irie. I don't know who the fuck that is. But anyways, Elmer Irie was this guy that was basically looking to prosecute him. He's the guy that looked into and said, "Hey, this guy's spending a bunch of money on this fucking island." You know what I mean? And um, meanwhile, when he was in Miami, his bootlegging process of whiskey was getting fucked, just absolutely fucked. Basically, he had rival gangs. He had people stealing his whiskey that was bootlegged into Chicago or to New York, whatever, whichever way. He was getting fucked on it. But the thing was, the main instigator was Frank, the guy that was helping him all along through the whole process. The guy that had the connects to bootleg the whiskey was fucking him over because he was making more money. So Al Capone, he's a gangster. Off with his head. He's dead. He killed him. He had to deal with the rival gangs now because it wasn't just him. It was also rival gangs. It's this guy called Bugs Morin, and it's Northsiders gang because Bugs Morin was the main guy. Kind of like Al Capone and his gang, and so Capone, he set up this thing called the St. Valentine's Massacre, which was the basically the biggest thing around. So, Bugs and his gang were lured by bootleggers to buy whiskey in a garage. And Capone's friend, which was McGurn. I mean, what kind of fucking names are these? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the viewers. What kind of name is this? But anyways, his name was McGurn, and he had his men waiting in the back, not in the back of the garage, just a while away, dressed like police, because he was gonna make it seem like almost like an alcoholic bust. You know what I mean? Like a prohibition bust. But McGurn and Al Capone, they made sure to like stay far away from the scene, because the thing is, if you're gonna like have a hitman or something, you're gonna make sure to stay far away. So they rented like a hotel, and they said they were out with the girls or whatever. So they made sure to stay far away. But the thing is, McGurn's men thought they saw Bugs and his men, and dressed in their police uniforms, took a stolen cop car and pulled up to the garage. And they had the bootleggers lined against the wall, and they took their guns and just sprayed them, just sprayed them all down, killed them all except this guy named Frank Gussenberg. Now, I don't know about Frank Gussenberg because it doesn't say anything else about Frank Gussenberg, but I guess he got shot in the knee or something. I don't fucking know. But basically, they sprayed the whole fucking wall and killed them all. Now, they thought they got the guys. They really thought they got the guys. They felt good as fuck about it. But what really happened was when his guys pulled up in the police car, Bugs just drove off. He was there, but he didn't want to be raided by the police. That's what he thought he was doing, so he just drove off. He never got out of the car. So he killed innocent people. But the thing is, the police knew about this massacre and who had the hitman on it, which was Al Capone, even though he was in Florida. But the police eventually, because with this act that we started talking about, they busted him for 22 counts of tax evasion. And then they captured him and his 68 members and charged them with 5,000 violations. Now, 5,000 violations. Are you fucking serious? Could you even think... think about it. If you have 68, 69 including Al Capone, divided by 5,000. I don't know what the fucking number that is, but... Dude, that's crazy. That's insane. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So... Sorry, I need a drink. But the jury, the court went on for a long time. Honestly, I kind of skipped that part of the research because it was really boring. But they sentenced him to 11 years. And he had $50,000 in fines and $30,000 in court fees. So that's $80,000. We're talking about like 1927 over here. Like, that's a lot of fucking money. That's almost 100 years from now. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a lot of fucking money. But his bail was also denied because obviously, he could afford that shit. He was originally in Atlanta prison, but they moved him to Alcatraz in San Francisco, which, that's the real fucking deal. He got reduced to 6 years for good behavior, because he was always a well-mannered guy. He really was. He always dressed in fucking purple suits, cane, hat. He had jewelry, pinky ring on. And even so, when he would kill even some of his members, if he had ever had like an idea of them, betraying him and such, which were actually his last people that he did kill, he would actually wine and dine them first. He would have wine with them. He would eat with them. Expensive meal. Just eat with them. Enjoy. Have a great time. And he would beat them with a baseball bat at the end. Yeah. He would just beat them with just fucking beat them. I respect him for what he did and the way he acted. And you want to be a respectable man, be known as a businessman. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I would kill people to that extent. But Yeah. Whoa. I just spit like, I'm sorry, camera, but I spit like clear across the room. But anyways, he was reduced on good behavior to 6 years. Uh, his health declined due to tertiary syphilis. I don't know. Tertiary? I don't fucking know. Anyways, so basically he got diarrhea really bad. His brain got all fucked up. It started deteriorating. He wasn't thinking right. He wasn't thinking rationally. So Capone eventually died next to his wife May at his place in Florida on January 25th, 1947, of cardiac arrest at the age of 48. But the thing is, I think that he definitely rose to power and did what he did because of the thrill. You know what I mean? And the respectable value that he had. I mean, he got into trouble with what at the beginning when he met Torrio, when he got the slash on his face, but that's about it. Other than that, he shot that guy in the head, and he had respect from there. You know what I mean? And I think Al Capone, because the thing is with Al Capone, he really, when he was doing his business and at his peak of being a gangster and mobster, he actually told other rival gangs to have peace, to say, hey, we're not going to kill each other. We're all going to work